In a sun-dappled meadow, nestled between a whispering willow and a babbling brook, lived two bunny friends, Pinky and Browny. Pinky, with her fluffy white tail and ears the color of a sunrise, was always dreaming of what lay beyond the meadow. Browny, with his cozy earth-colored fur, loved their home more than anything. One bright morning, Pinky twitched her nose and sighed. "Browny," she said, her voice full of longing, "don't you ever wonder what's out there? I've heard tales of a place called the Valley of Eternal Sunshine, where the carrots are sweeter and the clover is always in bloom. That's where true happiness must be." Browny, munching on a delicious dandelion, looked at his friend. "But Pinky, we have sweet carrots here. And look at this clover. It's perfect. Isn't this happiness?" Pinky just shook her head. "It's good, but it's not the best. I have to find it. Will you come with me?" Browny couldn't bear to see his friend go alone, so with a reluctant nod, he agreed. "All right, Pinky, I'll go with you." The next day, with little bundles of carrots tied to their backs, they set off on their grand adventure. They hopped through the whispering woods, where tall trees created dancing shadows on the ground. Pinky was so focused on finding the valley that she barely noticed the beautiful bluebells or the cheerful chirping of the robins. Browny, however, stopped to admire the intricate patterns of a spider's web, glistening with morning dew. "Look, Pinky," he'd call, but Pinky was always just a little too far ahead. Their journey took them to the foot of the grumbling mountains. The path was steep and rocky. Pinky scrambled up, her eyes fixed on the peak. "The valley must be just on the other side," she declared, her breath coming in little puffs. Browny, meanwhile, discovered a tiny cave lined with sparkling crystals. He was amazed by how the light bounced off the walls, creating a rainbow of colors. He wished Pinky would stop and see it, but she was already clambering higher. After a long, tiring climb, they reached the top. But on the other side, there was no valley of eternal sunshine. There was just another forest, much like their own. Pinky's shoulders slumped. "It must be further on," she mumbled, trying to keep her spirits up. They traveled for days. They crossed rushing rivers on fallen logs and navigated through fields of tall, scratchy grass. Each time they reached a new place, Pinky would look around with hopeful eyes, only to be disappointed. She was so busy searching for the perfect place that she didn't notice how tired she was, or how thin her bundle of carrots had become. Browny, on the other hand, found little joys everywhere. He made friends with a wise old tortoise who shared stories of the stars. He learned how to find the sweetest berries from a family of squirrels. He discovered that the sound of the wind through the pine trees was like a beautiful song. He was happy, even though they were far from home. One evening, as the sun began to set, painting the sky in brilliant shades of orange and purple, they found themselves in a meadow that looked familiar. It had a whispering willow and a babbling brook. Pinky stopped, her ears drooping. We've gone in a circle," she whispered, her voice trembling. "We're back where we started, and I never found it. I never found the Valley of Eternal Sunshine." She sat down by the brook, tears welling in her eyes. "I failed. There is no ultimate happiness." Browny sat down beside her and gently nudged her with his nose. "Pinky," he said softly, "I think maybe you were looking for the wrong thing." He pointed a paw towards the setting sun. "Look at that sunset. Isn't it beautiful? Remember the crystals in the mountain cave? And the song the pine trees sang?" Pinky sniffled, looking up. She had been so focused on the destination that she'd missed the entire journey. Browny continued, "I was with my best friend. I saw amazing things. I ate delicious berries I'd never tried before. I felt happy." Pinky, not just at the end, but all along the way. Pinky looked around their meadow. She saw the familiar clover, swaying in the gentle breeze. She heard the comforting gurgle of the brook. She looked at her best friend, Browny, whose kind eyes were full of warmth. A slow smile spread across her face. The carrots here were sweet. The clover was perfect. And her best friend was right beside her. "You're right, Browny," she said, her voice clear and happy. "The Valley of Eternal Sunshine. It isn't a place you find, it's a feeling you have. It's right here." From that day on, Pinky and Browny still went on adventures. They explored new corners of the woods and visited their friend the tortoise. But Pinky was different. She no longer searched for something better. Instead, she learned to see the magic and happiness in everything around her, in a crunchy carrot, a beautiful flower, and most of all, in the company of a good friend. They discovered that true happiness wasn't about finding a perfect place, but about appreciating the wonderful journey of life, right where you are. Thanks for watching our story today. Remember that sometimes the greatest treasures are the simple joys we find every day. If you enjoyed Pinky and Browny's adventure, don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.